Hey guys, I wanted to make a video today about loving your neighbor as yourself and talk about exposing darkness. And I guess I want to start this video by saying there's a lot of people within the Christian religion that unfortunately are not true Christians. They don't have genuine faith in God. When you see these people that have a false faith, or maybe they had genuine faith, but they kind of fell away. They stopped having this heart for God. And maybe you see this. I think as a Christian, you should bring that person back to the truth. You should show them God's word and bring them back and show them their fault. Now, if they see this, if they see the scriptures and you give them overwhelming evidence of what the scriptures say, and they still deny it, and they keep denying it, I believe there comes a time where they deserve to be sharply rebuked. They really should be. So if somebody is displaying hatred as a Christian, they deserve to be rebuked for that, because you cannot hate and claim that you know God, you know. I wanted to start by reading Leviticus. This is in the Old Testament. This is a moral commandment. He says, "Do not seek revenge or bear a grudge against a fellow Israelite, but love your neighbor as yourself. I am the Lord." So God is commanding that you should love your neighbor as yourself. So if you love your neighbor as yourself, you can't hate people. You know, you have to treat them with the kind of respect that you have for yourself. You know, just like I feed myself, you know, that means that we should go out and try to feed other people that are our neighbors. That would be the first thing that I'll say about it, the first verse that I will read about it. There's a couple more that I do want to share. The next verse is it's in the book of Mark, chapter 12. So again, this is Mark chapter 12, verse 28 through 34. The heading of this is the most important commandment. It says, "One of the teachers of religious law was standing there, listening to the debate. He realized that Jesus had answered well, so he asked, 'Of all the commandments, which is the most important?' Jesus replied, 'The most important commandment is this: Listen, O Israel, the Lord our God is the one and only Lord, and you must love the Lord your God with all your heart, all your soul, all your mind, and all your strength.'" And then it says, "The second is equally important. Love your neighbor as yourself. No other commandment is greater than these." So he says that no other commandment is greater than these. I'm going to read another verse for you guys. So hold on. So this is 1 John chapter 4, verse 20. "If someone says, 'I love God,' but hates a fellow believer, that person is a liar. For if we don't love people we can see, how can we love God whom we cannot see? And he has given us this command: those who love God must also love their fellow believers." So if you're a Christian and you're a saved Christian, you have to love other believers and love your neighbor. Because if you don't love them, you can't be a true Christian that way. Because if you have true faith in Jesus, then you have to obey his commandments. And whenever we have the Spirit within us, it produces what's good, you know. And I wanted to share this because if people don't love other believers, we should go to them and show them in the scriptures where it says this. And if they don't accept it, if they refuse to accept it, then you have an obligation to rebuke them. I believe that you should rebuke them, and sometimes you should rebuke them sharply depending on their behavior. And Jesus rebuked people sharply. He rebuked the Pharisees for being hypocrites. And so sometimes it is necessary. But I think it is important to practice patience, kindness, goodness, and gentleness, and self-control. And sometimes we rebuke sharply. That doesn't mean that we lose self-control. Sometimes that just means that people just need to be told that that's wicked. That that's wicked and that's not right. Sometimes people need to be told they are living as a child of the devil. Because sometimes a gentle, non-offensive message isn't going to work. Sometimes people need the truth, and you need to just speak it boldly. So I love you guys. I hope that you guys think about these things, and I hope some of you guys watch the video all the way through. I know that's not very common, unfortunately. Most people can't watch videos for even 10 minutes because of attention spans. So I love you guys. I hope that this message blesses you and teaches you that you have an obligation. It's required to love your neighbor and to love people. And don't be afraid to expose darkness, because darkness deserves to be exposed. I love you guys. Take care.